It could be a little too late for a live AFL cheer chat. However, we'll do it anyway, and if anybody joins, you're more than welcome to have a wee talk. We'll go over a couple of the winners at the weekend because I never actually got doing my car chat. I've been absolutely flat out this week. The children have been busy doing their wee things as well, birthday parties and all the rest of it, so I haven't really had a chance to get talking and my usual stuff with the car chat either at work. I've never really got the chance in the morning, so apologies for that. But I'll go over it anyway. Obviously, first game on Friday past there for the roundup was Adelaide Crows at the Adelaide Oval against Essendon, which Essendon won, so congratulations to Essendon for that. They actually played really well. That's 4 wins in a row now for Essendon. I've been quite impressed with them. I think that everything's starting to tick from back to front. They look pretty solid. They're a solid side, and that was a good away win there for them. I actually predicted an Essendon win, so it was no surprise to me that they did it. The Crows have been poor recently. That's 3 losses in 5 games for the Crows, so they've really not been firing, have they? They've been struggling of late. But anyway, on to the next game, Richmond versus Power. Power, of course, haven't been going well. Their consistency's been lost win like that there. But that's 2 losses now in a row. They did get beat off Richmond, and Richmond, everything's going pretty smoothly for them. You would think players are coming back. Most of their games now are going to be at the MCG. 4 wins in a row. They're looking strong. I think they're in a good position. So they did win the game anyway on Saturday morning. Saturday morning for me, Saturday afternoon for you in Australia. Carlton Gold Coast Suns, pretty straightforward victory. Although Gold Coast Suns, give them a little bit of credit, they did put up a little bit more of a game than they usually do. And Carlton never managed the 100 points that most teams manage. I think they got 99, didn't they? But anyway, a routine victory anyway there for Carlton. GWS Collingwood was an unbelievable game. Seeing the Giants victorious there, no problem at all, really, was it? First quarter, they absolutely came out and battered them. Battered them. It was like 57 in the first quarter. I've actually done a game review on that one, so check that one out. But well done to the GWS. Brisbane Lions now with North Melbourne. The Lions, of course, were favourites going into that for me. 4 wins in a row, and I'll tell you something. It probably was something that's going to be looked back upon as a free was given when it probably shouldn't have been. But I think they got another goal after that as well, so you can't overlook that there. So, but anyway, Brisbane Lions get the win there at the Gabba, and that put them into second with Collingwood getting beat off the GWS. Fremantle managed the win over Sydney by a point. Geelong were beat off the Hawks. So this is opening up a little bit now this week for the Lions. The Lions can actually leapfrog them. I'm not seeing any comments coming through, so I don't know why. If anybody's commented or not yet, feel free to comment, ask questions. It is a live stream after all. You can talk. Melbourne being beat off West Coast Eagles, and St Kilda beating the Bulldogs. That's what I was surprised about as well. St Kilda were absolutely brilliant on Sunday. Really deserved the win. Nobody's actually talking on the live stream yet, which I'm surprised about. I don't know why. Here we go. Test. Right, Dave, thanks very much for joining. Watch Top Gun Maverick trailer. It's awesome. Cool. Is that the new Top Gun, is it? A new one? I never even knew they had one coming out, to be honest with you. The Hawks dropped off a bit. Yeah, Top Gun 2. Hello, mate. Hello, Mahalo, for joining. No, I never even knew that they had a movie coming out. The first one, if you look back at it now, it's probably a little bit cheesy, but it was actually a classic back in the day. Something I will actually check that out. I sometimes do movie trailer reactions as well. Yeah, well, actually, I will do that. I'll maybe do that with. I'll see if my wife wants to do it with me, or if one of my daughters wants to do that one with me, because we've done quite a few movie trailer reactions. You might have seen some, but a wide variety. We've done Hollywood movies, we've done like up and coming animation movies, we've done Japanese movies, Indian movies, we've done loads, and of course the Battle of Long Tan, Danger Close, the Battle of Long Tan, which is one that I'm really looking forward to. I'm keeping up updates on it as well. It looks just like the first one, but better quality maybe as well. Never gets any views, but after. Alright, there you go then. So somebody that's not getting views, and then Top Gun, boom, he's getting views now. That's it. Like, I would probably see myself more as a sporting channel. Of course, you would know that anyway. You've been following me for the sporting stuff. Alright, mate, how's it going? You gonna watch the Ashes? When does the Ashes start? I never even followed the World Cup. I know England won the World Cup, didn't they, in the cricket? Uh, I think the whole place in England was going mad over it, but Scotland isn't really a country that takes cricket too seriously. But as I would say, I will actually check out the Ashes. I might do a couple of things leading up to it then, just to see what's happening, because obviously it's Australia and England. Yeah, England beat New Zealand in the final, didn't they? And I think they played Australia in the semis and then through into New Zealand in the final. It's not a sport I really follow, but do you know what? I do the Donna World Sports. I really should be doing a little bit of cricket on it as well, shouldn't I? It is a highly popular sport. A lot of countries, a lot of big countries across the world really enjoy it and take it seriously. Like Pakistan and India have got huge populations there, and I know they love cricket. And then you've got, of course, the West Indies and stuff. They love it, don't they? All the Caribbean islands and that. They're all mad for it as well. I will do a predictions video as well coming up through the week. I'm really not too sure about predictions anymore. I got a couple wrong. I put Geelong down for the win against the Hawks, and the Hawks turned up, didn't they? Quite surprised that they turned up, but as you were saying, they turned up at this time of the year. That's 3 wins in a row for the Hawks now. Rugby World Cup, look, I'm looking forward to the Rugby World Cup actually. Scotland's in the Rugby World Cup. We've not got much hope, because if we get out of our group, we either come up against New Zealand or South Africa. South Africa have got a thing where most of their men are above 6 foot plus. They're all a big team. I don't fancy Scotland's chances unless they don't turn up and Scotland just go out there and turn up. You never know. Anything can happen, I suppose, in a one-off game. Yes, mate, I remember you from Malaysia. Yep, I don't know if you've seen my Sepak Takraw video the other day. I am in partnership with one of your fellow countrymen. He does the... Let me get this right here, because he's changed his name. I can't remember his first name. I'm going to have to get it right anyway. I'll come back to it. Bring on the Boris. That's all I'll say. I'm quite happy about it. I don't mind that. A bit like Trump, into like quite good personalities. I don't have a problem with people like this. Of course, the media go out their way to try and destroy people that are a little bit different, but whatever. I quite like it. He's not done a bad job yet, has he? So he's not even had the job yet. People's wrote him off. So that's it. We'll see what happens. Kel Smith 27. Cal Smith 27, that's my Sepak Takraw channel, that's what I was going to say. Go for Essendon, hi. Apparently one of the Essendon players is coming to Ireland on holiday and he can't play this weekend, or coming on for a wedding. And I asked the question, is it Conor McKenna? Because I haven't actually seen any posts about this. Somebody actually just told me in the comment, and then when I messaged them, I didn't get a comment back. Whether or not they commented and it just hasn't came through properly, I don't know. Nah, I don't get tired of it, mate. It's just a lot of people make that as soon as they see the Dons, it's Conor McKenna. I actually know a boy here that's friends with him, and maybe I maybe ask him a couple of questions, see will he get me a Guernsey, get his Guernsey. I don't know if he's already left. He wouldn't have it, but it would have been good for the channel getting a Conor McKenna one. He will, when he's here, he's only about 10 miles away from me, Conor McKenna. So I know somebody that knows him. I might ask him if he'll be able to get me one of his Guernseys just for the channel and stuff. I don't know if it's a long shot. Maybe he's already on a flight. He might not be able to do it, but we'll see. I'll actually ask as soon as I leave this chat if he'll be able to ask him. So he actually done a good wee. He sold the candy, didn't he? But he did it Gaelic style. He kicked the ball up, stepped to the left and away. The Bombers are coming into a game though. At the end of the day, form is everything in any sport. If you can build up a bit of momentum. Yeah, well there you go, mate. There you know exactly. If you're playing Gold Coast, you can afford to let him go for that. There, he is actually. He's a player I quite like. I think he's got a bit of balls about him. Do you know what I mean? He's willing to try different things. Of course, he does a little bit of the Gaelic stuff as well, but he does like to go on solo runs. I quite like that. There, he's a positive player. He tries to run it. I know his position that he plays. If he loses the ball, there's not really too much danger of doing. Or sorry, if he loses the ball, you're not really going to cause too much danger in the position he's playing in. But I quite like the positivity about the way he plays. When he picks up the ball, he does drive at you. He's not afraid of a challenge as well. He's quite good. I enjoy watching him. Well, there you go. He's in the top 10. I know you. Essendon as well. This is something that Richmond are getting a lot of credit for now. They've had a lot of players out, and they're now getting players back, and they're finding a bit of form. But the thing I like about what Essendon's doing, they're actually the opposite way around. They're starting to lose players now, and they're finding form. So I think both those teams are on. I think they're guaranteed top eights. Definitely. Somebody says they predicted the two Adelaide teams going in there at the expense of Richmond and Essendon. But given the way both the Adelaide teams are playing and the way Essendon and Richmond are playing coming up, I think I can't see it that way, to tell you the truth. Everyone sees things differently in sport and has different opinions and stuff, but you just have to look at them. That's 4 wins in a row for Richmond, 4 wins in a row for Essendon. Probably the two form teams outside the Lions, aren't they? Yeah, I don't. I'm looking at the teams that have got better wins than them. There isn't any. It's only really the Lions. So they've been quite impressive, albeit like you would say there isn't massive victories out there. I think the Tigers went and absolutely smashed the Gold Coast, didn't they? Who were they playing at the weekend as well? They got a good win over the Power as well, to tell you the truth. And the Crows wasn't a bad win for Essendon either. So no, I just think these two teams are coming into form now, and I think momentum's everything in sport. If you can build a platform, get a level of consistency about your game, and start grinding out results and getting the wins, even if they're not very pretty ones, momentum. Gather momentum. You can go into games that maybe you're not expected to win, and that momentum will see you through them because you found that winning form. And I can see that I can see Essendon doing that. I'm not sure who they're playing. So you've said they're playing Gold Coast. I'm not sure who Richmond's playing then. Is it? I think Richmond's actually got Collingwood, don't they? I think they've got Collingwood at the MCG actually. Now that I'm talking about this, it was a big win I think for Freo. Everybody overlooked it and says Sydney haven't been going into form. They won by a point there, a boring game, but they needed that as Collingwood. Yeah, Pies Friday night. Richmond will finish top four now. I actually agree with that. I think they will, because the Giants are teetering. You've got the Eagles. They got back to winning ways there as well, didn't they? So that's 4 wins out of 5 for the Eagles. It's tough, that one. That's right. Geelong, the Lions, Collingwood aren't going to be too far away for it. You think they'll drop out though? Right. It's a tough one. Top 5 anyway, certainly. Top 4's a very, very tough one. But they are playing good stuff. I'm not going to predict the top 4. I do think it's going to be quite tough there. But who knows? Yeah, well that's it. If they beat Collingwood this week, or it's Friday, isn't it? You'll know on Friday then. But if they beat Collingwood, then it's looking good anyway. Hello from Indonesia there, joining the live stream. If you've any questions about anything, do feel free to ask. It's not just, it is kind of AFL chat, but it's not just AFL. I have done loads of other sports in the past and loads of other videos, so do feel free to ask a question. Yeah, all home games for Richmond as well. As I say, They're finding form. Players are coming back now. Important key players are coming back. This is a team that you can't write off for me. Um, yeah, you see it in every sport. Players cracking under the pressure. Finals, I think as soon as you put finals onto something, it's like anything. Driving test. You do your driving test, and people crumble on their driving test, but they're doing lessons all the time. They're probably driving so well in their lessons. And it's exactly the same thing they're doing time and time again. But as soon as you put test on it or finals onto something, exams, people just it's mental, it's psychological. I think players could be playing amazing all year round, but as soon as you put like finals onto someone, I'd imagine, I don't know, I've not experienced it yet, but with the AFL, I can't wait to experience the knockout games because there's going to be a lot of twists in the story. Definitely is. I think we can agree that a number of weeks ago that Geelong's going to go and do it. I'm not so sure about them anymore. They've really, from the bye week, crumbled. They've not playing any convincing stuff at all. That was another defeat there to the Hawks, so their form's a lot like Port Adelaide now, isn't it? Win, lost, won, lost, blah, 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 all the way along now for the last 6 or 7 weeks. It's quite surprising for me. I've never experienced this before, of course. This is my first year of AFL and I'm absolutely loving it. It's not going to be my last year, it's definitely not, but it is my first year. So I'm sure over the years you've seen things like this happening time and time and time again. But I'm absolutely loving the ride so far. Absolutely brilliant. I think it is the most genuinely competitive sport on the planet. There is, like, you couldn't put it past St Kilda going getting a result against one of the top teams, or the Western Bulldogs going again. The only team you can really say is not going to do it is Gold Coast. Like North Melbourne might go and get a result. Sydney might go and get a result. The Hawks aren't even in the top 8. They might go and get a result, which they did do against Geelong. I know that's a bit of a derby there anyway. They'll be fired up for that. Melbourne's another team that are kind of all over the place with results as well. But it's just absolutely sensational to watch because there's scalps everywhere, or so-called scalps. But I'm thoroughly enjoying it anyway, and long may it continue. Not sure what the questions. I don't know if you're asking questions there or what's going on there. Different language, but they play each other in the first week of the final, so the losers are not eliminated. I didn't actually know that. Because I've not went through it yet, I just presumed it was just like 4 games. The winners of each end up semi-finals and then, or 8 games, or whatever way they worked it. I didn't know how they actually worked that there, so I didn't know that. So they get like a second chance nearly. Losers are not eliminated where the winners get a week off, so it pays to be a winner then. You're not playing as many minutes. You're not getting burnout as quick. But sometimes I think having a week off as a winner, and obviously you want to win every game, but when you get that scenario where you sit out for a week, you just want the games to keep coming. Top 4 gets double chance. Well, there you are then. I didn't actually know that. That's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. When does it actually start? Is it the start of September? They start then the games. I know it's the end of September, it's the grand final, so it's September, the month of September really then, we're going through. Can't wait for it, actually really buzzing about that. But there is a lot of good footy to be played up until then. There's a load of teams fighting for top 8, which is absolutely superb. 5th of September, Max, thanks very much for giving me the exact date. But we're not too far away from it. There is still loads of footy to be played, loads of big games. And there is teams, I mean, as somebody said, I think the Adelaide teams are going to get in there. The power's very inconsistent. They have got a lot of quality. I've been quite disappointed with them the last couple of weeks, to tell you the truth, because they're a team I actually enjoy watching. The Crows are capable of going and winning games on their day as well, but again, they're all over the place. That's, as I said, if you go the last 5 weeks, that's 3 losses out of 5 weeks for them, which is absolutely insane, really. I mean, You got the win there against Melbourne, didn't you? So there's, if you actually look at the form, that's win, lost, win, win, win. So 4 wins out of 5. Of course, you lost to Collingwood at home. Nobody actually predicted that Collingwood win, but it was quite a surprise to me that Collingwood managed to do that. It was a close game. I wouldn't say the Rocket. I actually think you bounce back, get the win against Melbourne. Now, who's your next game? I've not looked at the fixtures yet. I'm not sure who your next game is. So if you tell me your next game, I can. North Melbourne. They're off the back of the beat. They get have a defeating at the Gabba against the Lions. It was a bit of a cruel loss for them. It was never a free, was it? I mean, he's went down very, very soft, and the umpires have bought it. I don't know if you could say that they've taken a dive in the AFL, but it was definitely a soft, an incorrect. They've even admitted, the AFL has admitted it was an incorrect decision. So there's no point in talking about it. Really, it was what it was. It was a poor decision, and they've won the game. But they did. I think they got another kick after that as well. So they've won by 2 goals, haven't they? But the Lions, credit where credit's due. The Lions are in fine form. They really are. I think that's 5 wins now in a row for them, isn't it? So, as I say, credit where it's due. They're the informed team in the whole thing. So, grand final week is awesome. I can't wait for grand final week. I'll probably do a series of live streams leading up to it to build the excitement for it. With, of course, the grand final week anyway, and just for the channel as well. Me building the channel up to my live grand final, because it is something that people do. They actually do live grand final streams, and I've been advised to do it. It's actually good for your channel to do it. So I'm certainly going to look into it, and hopefully it'll have some success. But at the end of the day, it's all about the game. I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I cannot wait to watch the spectacle. Probably one of the biggest individual games on planet Earth. If you consider how many people are going to be watching it in Australia, how many people's actually at the ground. It's a big game, a huge game of footy, and something I've never experienced. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not wishing away all the footy leading up to it. It's going to be really brilliant leading up to it as well. Yeah, I did see that. It was absolutely amazing. Um, if you look at some of the top teams right now in the AFL ladder, some of the lesser teams down the table are actually, the form's up. Like Carlton would actually find themselves up there in the form ladder for the last, I think, 4 games or 5 games. It's crazy, really. And you look Geelong, they're holding on by the skin of their teeth to that top spot. I think if they lose one more game and the Lions win, they're leapfrog there. The percentages aren't that far away from them. And I think that's an amazing story, really, because the Lions have really came out of nowhere. Like, if you think you had the GWS, you've had Collingwood, they've been second, third, second, third. They are struggling to hold on to that spot as well. The Giants did have a fantastic win there, and they deserved it. They did deserve it. It was a great game of footy. Collingwood probably better in the second, third quarter, and then I think the Giants stepped up again the last quarter. I think they're just a big team, the Giants. A team I quite enjoy watching them because they play a different way. There's very much a kicking game, pick out good passes, and they've got big players, big physical forwards. I enjoyed it. It was a different. If you look at the way Richmond play a very great attacking handball from their defensive square up until the forward 50 there. They just play beautiful controlled handball game. They don't let anybody hurry them. They don't. They just control the flow of the way, and they dictate the game the way they want to play it. And I really think they're probably the best team in the league for the way they play the handball game. And I think likewise with the GWS, the way they play the kicking game, the Giants, they're a giant of a team though, aren't they? Just a big team, the Giants. They really are. They're a big, big team. And I think it suits that. I mean, you've got to play to your own strengths as a team, and they've found a style that suits them. And the forwards are big. Across the field, you look at Big Mumford there, the ruckman as well. He's a big guy. That they're playing to their strengths, and I enjoy the way they play. Easy clap. I hope Carlton. I never seen your question there, so I'm planning on doing a lot more reactions this week. I've been really flat out with the children. They're off school right now, and finding the time to do anything's becoming quite hard. So I finished my work, and with them, don't need to talk too much about it, but I'm busy with them. They've been birthday parties, just loads of stuff going on with the summer, as you can imagine, children being off school. But I'm planning on doing. There's another one. I did the MCG. I'm doing reactions to grand finals. Probably I will try and get them over the next couple of weeks as well, leading up to, of course, 2019 grand final. It'll be nice to get some of them in as well. But I did the MCG, the kind of the story of the MCG. There's actually a video of the SCG, the Sydney Cricket Ground, and it goes through all the sporting events that have happened over the years there. I think they done the Olympics as well, didn't they, Sydney? So I don't know. I've not watched the video. I try not to watch the video before it, but there'll be a lot of footy being mentioned in the video, I'd imagine, given the fact that Sydney play out of it, and it'll be interesting anyway to see Sydney's side of their story with their cricket ground. It's got a lot of history to their ground, so I'm going to do it as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Quite a lot of stuff, different stuff, a wide variety to the sport in Australia as well. So Australia. You alright? Go out and play with your sister, man. You don't get much sunshine here. You're going to go and enjoy it. Gonna go and enjoy the sunshine. Oh, you're alright. That's not too bad. Did you get water on it?
No, that isn't a cut. That isn't a cut.
What is it?
It's strawberry.
Strawberry? You're supposed to put it in your mouth, not all over your legs. Right, go use it and play then. Oh, wow. Go and play with your friends.
No, we don't have any friends on our own.
It's alright, go. Have you taken the girls to see Lion King? No, but I think we should do that because it looks absolutely unbelievable, that Lion King, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought it would be. The MCG, then SCG, prestigious strawberries. I don't know. The fruit bats, like, they love eating fruit. It's not a bad thing. Where should he be playing next season? Where did I see him rumoured to be linked to be going? I don't want to throw a team out there, but I did read something recently. Caniglio. Of course, he's injured just now, isn't he? I'm not sure. I did see something where he was rumoured to be heading to someone. Or linked with someone anyway. A team. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If you tell me where he's rumoured to, it's a healthy addiction. It's not too bad. They love eating fruit, berries, like blueberries, strawberries and all that kind of stuff. It's good anyway. They're kind of like sweets in a way, aren't they? They just pop away at them, the strawberries and the raspberries and all that. Carlton, Hawthorn or GWS. So he could stay obviously where he is. I would rather he went to Carlton then. I don't really like seeing, I won't want him to go to the Hawks. Don't know. I think Carlton could be doing with a player of his experience. They are quite a young side, aren't they? Carlton's one of those teams, I think, if they can keep their I've said it time and time again, but if they can keep their players together, that it could be a good side. But they do need to mix it with a little bit more experience, and he could certainly be the guy that they could help them. I've seen that Charlie Curno's now out for the rest of the season, which is a huge blow for them. He's been playing a really good footy down at the Blues there. I'm quite disappointed he's out, really, because Carlton are finding, if you could argue, it is a little bit of form in terms of Carlton. 3 wins in 5 weeks. 3 wins in 5 weeks is quite good by their standards, isn't it? And to lose somebody like him is quite a big blow. I know they're probably not going to make the finals, so in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. But he is a big player. He's a player I enjoy watching as a neutral. I want to see the best players playing on a footy field, and it's quite a shame that he's out. Yeah, Mitchell, he was last year's Brownlow medalist, wasn't he? So he has been injured all year. I did see that there. There was something on him. He's playing at the Hawks there, isn't he? I might actually watch a bit of his stuff because of him not playing, I'm not actually getting to see too much of what he's doing or what he did last year. Everybody goes on about Dusty and all players like that there. They get a lot of attention. Nat Fyfe was a Brownlow medalist as well, wasn't it? You get to see them. They're actually playing right now. I want to mention one thing. Dusty hasn't actually been playing that hot this last wee while. but he did actually turn up at the weekend. He was one of my star performers, actually. I really enjoyed his game. He took a lot to do with the victory. He was an important player in that victory against the Power. So it was good to actually see him live, actually having a good game, because I've been watching and Dusty's been quiet. I don't know why. Selling undies. If you've got it, flaunt it, I suppose, isn't it? If you've got the body, you've got to flaunt it. I mean, he's got the tattoos, he's got the mohawk, he just looks cool. He's the AFL's media go-to guy, isn't he? Like, if you want to sell some merchandise or something, you get Dusty in. He does look the part. I must admit, the ladies are going to like him. And I can understand why he would be selling undies. Ian might tank so they get better picks in the draft. Aye, unresolved issue that the teams at the bottom of the ladder. Yeah, I know. Look, in terms of Gold Coast, I don't think one or two draft players. I don't know if it's inexperience they need, like draft picks. They need a lot of experience in there. I mean,
Daddy, can I have 2 bars?
what do you want?
On Broxy.
Go on then.
Broxy.
Go and get Broxy. Broxy's on the table over there. Over there. Broxy's the mascot for Rangers. It's a teddy bear. Our club mascot. Broxy she's looking for. Gold Coast Suns, I don't think the draft system's going to help them. I think there's a lot bigger issues there to be resolved at that team. You can't keep losing games like that there without the AFL having to do some critical changes. I don't know what's going to solve their problems, but should they get first picks? Really, I think a lot of the thing is, let's get them down to Tasmania, as you've said there. Draft picks for them, I don't know, maybe somebody like Caniglio, he's not going to want to go there. But like senior players like that have been there and kind of done it. They've got the experience. That's what they're needing, really. They're needing people who have been in know how to win games of footy. And just get a bit of feel. But like this is a failed project. Nobody's going to the games. Nobody's interested there. Even in the rugby league, I've heard any sporting team that's went to the Gold Coast has failed miserably. So it is literally a failed project in terms of sporting teams going there. Get them down to Tasmania, change the name, give the Tasmanian people a team of their own that they can enjoy, and get a little bit of experience in there, and then give them a couple of the up-and-coming draft players. Because there is actually, I would say, look, I'm quite hard on them. Everybody's quite hard on them. There's probably players there that are actually okay at footy. They just need... If you're down in the dumps, you're getting beat 12 games in a row, your head's away, you've probably chucked it before you've even went out there. You know, if you can add a little bit more experience and get a couple of up-and-coming youth players, it could be turned around. I've got no doubt about that. But it will take years and years of investment as well. It's not going to go away. But Tasmania is a football-mad place from what I've been led to believe. So if you give them a fan base as well, they're going to work off each other, play off each other, aren't they? The Tasmanian people will have their own team. They'll be passionate down there. And it might give the players that little bit of a lift. So it's certainly a change, but it's got to be done at AFL level. It is a failed project, and they need to accept that it's their fault, that they've created this team and just kind of left it there on the Gold Coast to its own devices. All the draft picks in the world, point being, all the draft picks in the world for Gold Coast Suns, I personally don't believe is going to work. When you look at the Northern Territory, I mean, I'm blown away actually this week on how big it is up there, footy. I don't know, would it be too hot to play games there? I don't know, but they do deserve, if you think of how footy mad they are, they do deserve a place to call their own, don't they? Like a team to call their own up there. They don't really have one as yet playing there, a Northern Territory team. But it would be nice to see. I'd imagine they'd get a lot of up-and-coming good Aboriginal players. I mean, they are some of the best players in the AFL are coming from there. They just don't have a team to represent. 1 second. But I'm going to cut this footy stream because I appreciate it's late for you guys. As I say, it has been difficult for me to get anything done this week, video wise, but I will get back to doing them through the week. I promise I'll get a couple of videos up. I might even do a couple this evening if I get the chance. A couple of reactions, and then you'll get to see them tomorrow. You won't get to see them straight away, obviously. You'll just wake up and you'll get them. But thanks very much anyway for joining in. Just a small footy chat. I enjoy them. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Cheers for tuning in, and enjoy your sleep anyway, because it's what time?
You're like this.
It's about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So thanks very much. I needed a bit of footy chat in my life. That's why I did it. So cheers, guys. See you soon anyway.